Hey everyone, we have a roster review today. So today I'm going to be looking at Mini Neutral in Assassin's Guild. This guy seems so far a man of culture. So we have Leviathan and SLKR. Looks like he's probably getting a top placement in fleets already. So 6.7 million GP, not bad. 3.6 in characters, a little over 3 million in ships. 11,000 Galactic War battles, so 2-3 years played. Not bad. He's in Erodium too. All right, so let's look at his characters here. All right, so only one GL. Let's look at their resistance. See if they bought any of these packs. Nope, definitely did not buy this pack. All right, let's see. Bounty hunters? Did you buy that? Nope, didn't buy the bounty hunter band pack. All right, let's see if you bought the first order pack. All right, so we have some R3s in here. So no, didn't buy the BB8 pack. Didn't buy the SLKR pack. I'd be surprised if you bought yeah, didn't buy any of the packs. Good for you. Good for you. You know, it takes a man of strong will or a weak wallet to not not purchase these packs. And you didn't you haven't bought any of these Lightspeed bundles as far as I can see. So good for you. I can definitely respect that. Someone who likes to earn their way through. So of note, so you have the Revens, Malik, Malgus at R9. Yeah, so that's a great for Leviathan. I have him at R7 for Malgus, and I don't have any issues with that fleet. But R9, the dude's an animal, so I'm sure this is doing some great work for you. All right, so you got the Grand Inquisitor at R7. Let's look at your Inquisitors. So that's great. I'm sure guilds would love to have you on their team. R5 for Second Sister. So this is great. You're Riva ready. So you're earning you those Riva shards for your guild. All right. So General Grievous, CLS, Commander Ahsoka. I think you said you're working on JMK and some maybe JML. So I see you're doing that. I saw you had WAD at 7 stars, not built up. Yeah. So not a bad idea going for JMK. Super solid GL. So I'm really liking your account. Let's look at these ships. All right. So Chimera could use a little work. I'm sure once you get C up there, he'll get his relics sooner or later. It's just a matter of win. R7 for Hux. A little investment in there. So if you take him up to I think R6, that's fast enough to outspeed an R9. R9 Piet for Executor. Going for R7, maybe because that's your only GL. You're just over investing in him. Nothing wrong with that. I see a lot of these ships are pretty much under leveled, so it looks like if you aren't farming for it, you're just totally ignoring it, which is fine, I guess. Let's look at your Separatists. All right, you farmed your Vulture Droid, your Hyena Bomber, Relic 7, since you're working on JMK for Grievous. So this is a solid fleet. Let's look at Galactic Republic. Yeah, another solid fleet. Something you can do, you can finish up, it looks like you're farming that Y-Wing. Continue to farm that. And then this Marauder, if you can find the bandwidth to start investing in, it could really do some wonders for you. It can take out, fully invested in, it can take out some Leviathans. It could also definitely help with Executors, even if you, from what I hear, if you invest just minorly in it and into your Bad Batch, then that's a great team as well. And this ship can definitely up your fleet game, because right now I see you have pretty much because Negotiator and the Malevolence are okay. They're good ships, but without that Marauder, It's not going to take it to the next level and really be competing at the top end, but they're solid ships. But I could see you throwing maybe Leviathan on defense and just seeing what you can with Finalizer, Negotiator, and Malevolence. I'm sure you do pretty well, especially in Erodium, where most people only have an Executor really on defense. That Finalizer can probably handle that for you, and you've been doing well. But once you start pushing up into Kyber, I think you're going to start hitting some walls of ships that are you're just not going to be able to compete with at your level, because you don't have a built-up Chimera, you don't have the Marauder for Negotiator, you don't have a Profundity or an Executor. So having that really one strong Leviathan, if they have that counter, you're pretty much done. And you may, if they put up like even, triple attacker for Executor, Leviathan, and Profundity, I don't think you really have much counters for those, since the Finalizer really only shines against the Bosk starting lineup. So I would look into maybe expanding your fleets, because you're getting to the point where it's good and great that you got the Leviathan because you're getting that fleet income. But if you want to maximize your GAC and be competitive in that with fleets, you're just going to have to invest a little more to get that a little more offensive power, because you may be struggling. Because I can imagine, I don't even know what you would place on with Leviathan, because if you take the Negotiator and Malevolence, both of them on offense, maybe you're just taking one, like Negotiator and Leviathan, and that's holding okay for you. But I could definitely see if they have a Leviathan counter, they're just going to walk straight through you. And even with your characters, you only have one GL, so I imagine you're heavily relying on that Leviathan to kind of bring you up through GAC. But if you can get that second GL level ship, like a Profundity or Executor, that could do a lot of work for you. All right, let's look at Mandersoka. Nice. All right, so I want to see speeds. Looking at your characters, I'm just gonna guess where your under 300 is. Looking at this lineup, I'm gonna guess it's pretty low. I'm gonna guess, just guessing, spitballing here. I'm gonna say maybe Maul. I don't know why I'm feeling like Maul is probably your hit for 300. So this would be your character that is closest to 300, above 300 speed. Let's see. Oh, 324. No, maybe I'm way off. You got some fast. 310 for Grandmaster Yoda. Okay, that's really great for him. Usually people don't invest enough. Oh, this is a really this is why I'm a little confused, because mostly people go with straight offense and crit chance on him, and you're going with health with speed, some offense, protection, offense. So you have the offense primaries, but so with Yoda, he has a lot of moves that gives him turn meter, because his Master Stroke gives him turn meter, his Battle Meditation gives him turn meter. So he doesn't need, this removes turn meter from the enemies. So he doesn't need this much speed. It's great if you can get good speed with him, because I have mine in the 280s or 290s with him. And then I constantly pull fast mods off him, because he honestly doesn't need it as much as other characters. So I find myself whenever I do build him back up, I tear him back down, just because he doesn't need that speed, and he works really effectively without it. And even when he has when he runs with a Jedi Knight Luke and he's feeding 10% turn meter every time he takes that turn, I'd much rather have the offense, because he's just pumping turn meter for himself, and he doesn't really need a speed set. All right, let's see, a Grand Inquisitor, 310. Okay, I was a little off. I did not give you the credit that you were due. I'm sorry. All right, 304 on Eighth Brother. Really good set. Like something like this set, I would probably I would give this to Yoda, honestly. I don't know. I don't really mess with the Inquisitors that much, but So I don't know exactly how you would mod him, but I would probably take that off Eighth Brother and put it on Grandmaster Yoda. Maybe switch him? I don't know. Alright, 302. That's a crazy fast Sith Assassin. And Sith Assassin, yeah, she needs 6 dot mods, but I have pilot mods on mine. She's okay. She feeds turn meter to her team. She's great with Malgus. She has a really strong... If you use her for the 5th instead of Talon, she has a better hold record than Talon. So, you know, you can go for that. But I don't know if that's really what you want to do. CLS, I have him kind of fast too. Tenacity and offense. I have him exactly at 300 too. So he's a great character. Wow, you should... I would work on this mod. This has a lot of potential. I'm sure it's on your to-do list, but 16 speed, that's a mod that I would easily take up to at least 6D maybe. And then possibly higher depending on how much it got hit. But this has flat offense, potency, health, and speed with an offense primary. Super solid for CLS. So yeah, I think I have maybe I have a crit damage offense on mine though. But he spreads offense. I don't hate it. It's not, I personally don't have a tenacity triangle on him. I have an offense triangle. So I think I have an offense triangle and a crit damage triangle, or an offense cross and a crit triangle. So fun thing with his tenacity. So his tenacity is really high. You have him at 103. I think I have mine pretty high, like in the 60s or 70s, but I don't have the triangle on him because when he starts, as long as you don't use this call to action, he has 100% tenacity. So he's sharing, you know, if you dropped it down a little bit, he'd have 180, 160 tenacity, and he would be sharing that, which is more than enough. And you don't really need this tenacity cross. So you could probably take this triangle, throw it on someone else that needs it. There's tons of characters that could use this mod because it's an excellent mod. And then put a triangle, offense triangle here, and that would give him just more offensive power, you know. But it's up to you. It's not a bad modding. All right, so I'm really liking your account. It's pretty solid. You're investing in Rex already, so not bad, not bad. For a free-to-play player, I think you're doing really well. You're doing a lot of great things. Yeah, I'm sure these bundles aren't. I imagine they're not hurting you too much because if someone throws, you know, SLKR and Ray on defense, you can mirror SLKR, or you can use that Padme Commander Ahsoka lineup to take out a GL as well. So I think you probably have ways to work around that. But this is a solid account. I see a lot of great work. You're really doing great with mods. You focused on ship. You got that ship income. So overall, you're doing a great job. And I think if you get JMK, you're probably gonna hit up into Kyber possibly. I've pushed up into Kyber using ships, but I think if a lot of times I see people using the strategy of getting JMK with Cat and putting them on that bottom wall, and then that allows you to bottom front wall, and then that allows you to essentially just stonewall it if your opponents can't get through a well modded JMK team, and if you use a Datacron on there as well, which you're not really investing in Datacrons. So if you really want to punch up as a mid game, you know, mid to late game player with limited income, and you're free to play, and you don't have all these GLs, Datacrons are going to help you do that. I know they're not fun to farm. It involves conquest. No one likes conquest. I don't like conquest. It's grindy. It's boring. It takes a lot of time. And then farming Datacrons is just like not the best overall. But if you can, you know, get a good handful, I farm about like 10 each on each set, 8 to 10, depending on how high and how much I want to invest in them. But it's like pretty passively and pretty easy to collect it, especially since you can auto the battles now. So I think with your account, you have the depth of characters to get through hard conquest, definitely, and then you have the ability to auto through those nodes and just kind of earn more datacrons, and that'll help you punch up. Because if you're finding yourself having difficulty in dropping matches that you should have, you think won, then datacrons can really help, especially if you're gonna have two GLs. You really need a datacron to level and elevate JMK into an unkillable beast, where that JMK will beat your entire enemy roster. And if you can do that by getting a super strong datacron and placing it on defense, then that could be your pathway of getting into Kyber and then earning more crystals, because your enemies just can't break through your JMK until you get to the level where they're regularly dealing with JMKs. So just food for thought. If you want to start elevating your account, maybe start and you don't have to go crazy, just a little, fine, because you pretty much just need 2 really strong datacrons for your teams. And then even with CLS, you can elevate that team with a datacron. All these characters can really go from just being good to being amazing or great or transformative into where they're defeating a whole enemy's roster. So again, like, hey, take it, leave it, don't do it. But TLDR, I would say, continue your path towards JMK. You're at this point, you have a GL, you have your top fleet, you're doing what you need to do. So to work your income, you're in Erodium 2, you know what you're doing with your account. You have excellent mods, so I see you're farming your mods. So you're a well-established player. But if you want to push up into Kyber and you want to do better in GAC, you need to find a strategy and pick it that's going to really maximize or be beating these massive accounts that you're facing. Because I'm in Erodium 1 right now, the top levels of Erodium 1 getting pushed into possibly Kyber 2 or 3 next season, depending on how my next 2 matches go. And with that, I'm going against guys who have like 5, 6, 7 GLs, and I'm competing with them with 2 pretty much. And how I'm doing that is with Leviathan. But I'm able to take out an enemy Leviathan, I'm able to take out an enemy Executor, I'm able to do these things, but also stonewall them with my Leviathan and my triple attacker Executor on defense. And that's my strategy, is going with the full ground offense and a ship's defense. But you're kind of like delving in both worlds, where your ships, you have that top level, that big dog, and I think that's doing a lot of work for you and getting that hold. But if you're not able to full clear them and their ships, then getting that hold is just going to put you on even ground, and you're just going to have more of like a 50-50 win, because sometimes you'll beat them on efficiency and sometimes you won't. Where if you fully commit to ships, then you can hold them on ships, clear their ships with off-meta counters, have the meta on your defense, and you're clear to go full offense pretty much, and having that comfortable win by clearing 4 zones to their 3. But if you're or you can get JMK, put it on your front bottom wall, and you'll probably get some solid wins there off people who just can't clear JMK, and then you can try to set a decent defense, but take a lot of it on offense and try to hold them on there, or even JMK on the bottom wall, Leviathan on the top wall, and maybe try to keep it to like a 1 wall clear, 1 zone clear to your 2. If you can clear 2 zones, then you win. So there's a lot of strategies here that you can go with, but you just have to figure out what it is you want to do that's going to like elevate you and push you into Kyber. But essentially, super solid account. Thanks for letting me view it. I think you have a lot of different ways that you can go with this account, but overall you're doing great. So yeah, so thanks for tuning in. If you like this review, like and subscribe. If you're not mini neutral and you're watching this and you are interested in a account review, feel free to message me on Reddit or Discord or even YouTube. And I'll add you to my list and I'll review your roster as soon as I can. All right, so everyone take care.